Tonight's game on TV 32 is brought to you by these proud local sponsors: U.S. Cellular, Bell & Health, Simon's Specialty Cheese, Gandred on West Mason, Gallagher's Pizza, North Star Dental, Witt Family Ford, Cobeson Buses, Vake's Fox Valley Coin and Diamonds, and Security Loop Key Roofing.
It's time for the TV 32 Sports Showdown.
You could not ask for a more perfect night for football. And look at those wheels. Are you kidding me? I can't believe what I'm saying.
From Papermaker Stadium in Kimberly, it's time for the TV 32 Sports Showdown. Tonight, it's level 3 of the WIAA playoffs as number 4 ranked Kimberly host Neenah. And welcome to the broadcast, everyone, alongside John Mino.
Hello, Teddy.
I'm Ted Stefaniak. Glad you can be with us. These two teams start the night 2 wins away from reaching the state championship game in Madison. They know each other very well.
They know each other very well. They don't know this kind of weather, though, at level 3. Nicest night we've ever had. 22 years of doing these games. This deep in the playoffs, most perfect night ever.
Kimberly did beat Neenah 21-0. First time they met earlier this season, and they look good as the defending state champs.
They're Kimberly. I mean, you could just say that sometimes. They just reload. They really and truly do. Neenah, on the other hand, comes out with a real tough defense and a huge offensive line and a really great running back. I love this matchup.
It's going to be a great matchup tonight, John. Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team tonight. It's NBC 26 neighborhood reporter Olivia Acree. Hello, Olivia.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me back. I must be doing something right.
We love having you. What do you got coming up today?
You know, I'm just going to be giving you guys the scores for all of the games around Wisconsin tonight and talking a little bit about these two, which are closer to home, and we're all pretty excited about it.
You bet. Glad to have you with us tonight, Olivia. We'll be checking in on all those playoff scores involving local teams around the area. It's that time of the year, Johnny.
I didn't recognize Olivia not being shivering and drenched because she was at some of our games.
Well, I mean, you mentioned the weather. I mean, hard to believe.
It's unbelievable. No wind,
third
which
round
is
of the
so
playoffs.
great. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. This is really cool. Looking forward to it. Big matchup. You know, one of the things we got to talk about, though, too, Teddy, Neenah has a great quarterback. Junior coming into the year, Evan Van Evenhoven, and he was just a phenomenal football player. In the very first game that we did against De Pere, he came out with a wrist injury, missed a few ball games because of that, came back to play against Kimberly, and I was just talking with Steve Young, second series of the game when they played Kimberly, goes out with a high ankle sprain. And he's been out ever since, so they're going with the freshman quarterback, and I give him all the credit in the world because I'll tell you what, I can't even imagine being a freshman and playing at this level, but his name is Ashton Van Beek. He's 6'1", 175. He's had 9 starts, 816 yards passing, and 5 touchdowns. So Ashton Van Beek, the freshman quarterback, going up against the state champs.
Let's see what he can do against them.
I mean, you think about that last year.
Great opportunity, but he's been their quarterback the majority of the season.
No question about it, and you know he's got first-team reps all the way through, so those are the kind of factors that come into play. But a huge setting like this, huge crowd, I don't know, what, 2,500 people maybe or something like that. It's just packed, you bet.
Kimberly's wearing their red jerseys tonight, coached by Chad Michaelwitz in his second season as the head coach of Kimberly, longtime coach at De Pere, and they are about to kick off.
The man that replaced him, very nice honor, Packers High School Coach of the Year this past week for De Pere.
And we are underway, kicking off to Neenah wearing their white jerseys. A little stumble at the 20-yard line. Neenah being coached by Steve Young in his 10th season as the head coach of the Rockets.
Had a nice talk with Coach Young about his other sons. One son, first-team All-American at St. Norbert, another one at North Dakota State, another one at Bethel, and one starting for him right here.
Kimberly coming off a big win last week against Stevens Point. Carson Pendleton, nice game. Marcus Doucette, you'll see plenty of him in this game. Meanwhile, Neenah also coming off a big win against Chippewa Falls, 21-0 in that one. You see what the freshman Ashton Van Beek did, 173 yards rushing.
And look out for Grant Dean. He's absolutely outstanding.
Oh, yeah, don't forget
a guy named Grant Dean who's already been offered by North Dakota State, 1,661 yards rushing coming into this ball game, averages 9 yards a carry.
So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line is where Neenah begins their first drive of the game.
Not a bad way to start it with Grant Dean. picking up about 7 or 8. But, yeah, he's just had a fantastic season, 5'11", 180 pounds, averaging 7.8 yards per carry. He has 25 touchdowns on the season.
1,639 rushing yards.
You're always big on the state stats. Where does that rank for state
It's a good question.
standings with 25 touchdowns?
Yeah, he's up there, that's for sure, among the best in the state of Wisconsin. Van Beek to the air and looking for the first down, and good effort there after the catch, lunging over that first down line to pick up a fresh set of downs for the Rockets.
Luke Young, coach's son, with the reception, 6'1", 175-pounder, also a second team, I believe, all-conference defensive back. Heck of a defensive back.
Yeah, leads the team in tackles and helping out on the offense tonight.
The fourth of the young boys to play defensive back, and I'm sure he'll play at the next level.
He's got a few more years in high school. Yeah. So first and 10 from the 32. Neenah comes in, averaging almost 28 points per game, passing about 85 yards per game, and
they came in with
200 yards rushing.
Yeah, almost 3,000 yards rushing on the season. So, I mean, that's a pretty nice mark right there. But that's typical Neenah football. Just try to grind it.
261 yards rushing per game.
Yes. That ain't bad. Like I said, averaging 7 yards a carry.
2nd and 7
Play
as
action.
Van Beek rolls to his right, and that is picked off. Picked off at the 45-yard line and then pushed out of bounds. Kimberly will have the ball when we come back in great field position. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So the first turnover of the game, and Kimberly has the ball for the first time tonight. Great field position. 1st and 10 on the Neenah 35. And we're going to go back and take a look at that interception, John.
Yeah, it was a really nice play. It didn't look like a bad pass, but he just stepped in front of it. Mickey Wild, 6'3", 170-pound junior safety, just does a nice job, gets driven out of bounds. And then Kimberly on their very first play. Gavin Tyson, 5'9", 200-pound senior, picked up 864 yards rushing this season. He had the first carry of the ball game for a gain of 2.
Kimberly, again, the defending state champs in Division I, averaging over 25 points per game, 123 yards passing this season, and 162 yards rushing per game. Second offensive snap, they go to the air, and Pendleton, maybe a little miscommunication.
Yeah. It seemed a little shaky from the start. Pendleton, though, as we mentioned, they've got a great line of quarterbacks here at Kimberly. Carson Pendleton, 6'2", 170-pound, he's a senior, 1,200 yards passing, 17 touchdown passes, not a runner, a total of 50 yards rushing on the season for him.
Pendleton shared first team all-conference honors at quarterback with Finley Dorio of Kaukauna.
That's pretty high honors, because we saw that kid throw the football.
So a 3rd and 8.
Tyson. And nice blocking.
He's going to be just shy of the first down, a 4th down situation coming up, John.
Leading blocker there once again for Kimberly. I'd like to watch this kid play. Abe Coronado, 6'1", 255. You never know where you're going to see him. You might see him at tight end. You might see him at fullback. You might see him at any point on the football field. But I like watching him. He was the lead blocker on that play, but it brings up 4th and a little less than a yard.
Well, Coronado picked up first team defensive end honors.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You never know where you're going to see that guy.
So they're going to go for it. 4th and 1, empty backfield.
Spreading it out, 4 wide receivers.
On the Neenah 26, Pendleton waits for the snap. Looks to his right, and that is going to be picked off. And it is, but that was 4th down, so we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. 1st and 10 on the Neenah 21 as Neenah takes over.
Gain of about 3.
Interception.
Yes.
Let's go back and take a look at it.
Yes, on 4th down. Surprised, aren't you, Teddy, that this is what they're going with on 4th down? And Briones steps in front of him. Briones with a great play. Connor Briones, 6'2", 190, first team all-conference. How about that, dropping back in coverage and making an interception like that?
So both teams.
Big play by Briones.
Turnover.
On interceptions. That's something we haven't seen this season. Yeah. We have not seen a lot of turnover. Knock on wood. We haven't seen a lot just in general during the course of the season.
After a gain of 3, it's 2nd and 7 from the 25. Keep it on the ground up the middle, and maybe a pickup of 2 or 3 there, John.
Trying to grind it out a bit. Dean with the carry one more time. It's a pretty big Kimberly defensive line, offensive line. Everybody's big at Kimberly. You know, we talk about their offensive line. They go 6 foot 260, 6'3", 285, 6'4", 275, 6'3", 240, 6'4", 252.
And that defense at Kimberly allowing just 11 points per game, 100 yards through the air and about 100 yards rushing. So very stout defense for the Papermakers.
Teams average 3.6 yards a carry against them, and they average 7 yards a carry.
And Beek puts a man in motion. Low snap, little screen pass. And
Young.
Get out to Young again, and Young's got the first down.
Nice
so
job.
Luke Young, who we're used to seeing play defense so well, very active in the offense tonight.
Did a very nice job that time, shaking off that first tackler, taking it down. You know, when you're leading tackler on defense, you don't mind contact as a wide receiver, and he almost initiated that first contact and wasn't fazed by it. So first down of the ball game.
Young, 20 receptions coming into the game, averaging about 9 yards per catch.
Good all-around football player.
Yeah.
So first down on the 39 for the Rockets. That first game we did of the season at their new home was something, wasn't it, Ted?
That field, that stadium.
Incredible.
Good-looking team as well. This time the catch by Zane Schmidt.
Nice job hauling that one. Oh, late flag, really late. Gets thrown into the middle of the pile from deep downfield. A very aggressive throw by the official. You notice that, Teddy?
Yeah.
He launched that thing.
He said it came in late. Dave Steiger.
Face
White captain.
Okay, talk about that man in the white hat.
So Dave Steigers are wearing the white cap for us tonight. Drove up from Tucson, Arizona to do the game. Also working the game, you can see the full crew there, working with Dave, Brian Krause. And then the Schaefers, Dad Bruce, and his sons Matt and Brian working the game tonight.
15-yard face mask on the defense. We have a first down.
I mean, because I used to live in Tucson. I told him my route. First stop was at Gallup, New Mexico, then Lubbock, Texas, and he told me his. He went a little bit different way, but pretty much the same route cross country.
So after the penalty, ball moves up to the 39-yard line of Kimberly. That pass is broken up at the last minute.
Yeah.
Zero that got his hand in there. Cody Oberman.
Cody Oberman did a really nice job because that could have been a completion, pretty much in the hands of the receiver, but a real nice job by Oberman knocking it out at the last second. I'll tell you what, freshman quarterback, you wouldn't know it, Ted. I mean, so far so good as far as his poise out there and things like that. Not afraid to throw the football. You know, sometimes with a younger quarterback, you try to protect him, but not doing it with this young guy. Letting him throw it around a little bit. It's nice to see.
So 2nd and 10. And over the top, a little too high
Looking for Young
on that one.
Yeah, well covered, though. Actually, if that had been lower, it probably would have been picked off. But you know what I liked, Ted? You know, his first pass intercepted, you know, in a ball game like this. Let him keep throwing.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to think about it. Just keep it going. Like when you shoot an air ball and the coach say, Teddy, keep shooting. Keep it rocking, Teddy.
Yeah, I don't
Just
think I
launch.
never heard that.
Keep launching, Teddy. Shoot till you get hot.
I never heard that.
Shoot
Did
when
you
you're
ever
hot.
hear that?
All the
Did a
time.
coach ever tell you that?
No, he did not. But in my mind, he told me that.
He should have.
Tell you that right now.
3rd and 10 from the 39. Van Beek, another low snap here. Pressure coming over the top. Had a man.
Yeah, Young again. I think Young was looking towards the inside and sailed over his left shoulder.
Looked over his right side.
Yes, and sailed over the other side. Had a chance, though, to drop that right in there. If Young could have seen it, if he could have corralled it, I think they had a shot at that.
Yep, so a 4th down here, a punting situation, or at least they're going to show punt. And Aiden Carey, the punter.
Yeah, 40-yard line. If you're going to make a fake, this would be about the place to do it.
Punted from the 50. And this one will
Well, it's a nice punt.
About the 12. And right there at the 10.
10.
So we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So after the punt, Kimberly takes over on their own 9-yard line. Second offensive drive of the game for the Papermakers, and Gavin Tyson.
Strong run, as I mentioned. Gavin Tyson, 5'9", 200 pounds, 864 rushing this year. Real strong. You see those big, strong legs. He's got the lower body, Teddy. Bounces off the first would-be tackler, drags the second one a yard or so. Tough runner.
Over 800 yards rushing for him.
How many great runners have we seen come out of
They've had a couple.
Kimberly over the years?
A couple.
Pretty incredible.
A couple, 2, 3. So 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard pickup by Tyson. And
new running back
first down.
this time. Yep. Carrying it that time, Marcus Doucette. He had 617 yards rushing this season in a backup role.
Yeah, coming off that nice game last week.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice thing. You can have a couple of different guys.
Absolutely.
2, 3 guys. And
you bet.
Share the workload.
But again, behind that offensive line, again, 260, 285, 275, 240, 252. High school, folks.
Aaron Cullen goes in motion, and we get a
Delay
flag.
or procedure, I would assume. Or is there a timeout?
We have our first timeout
Yeah.
called by Kimberly.
Kimberly takes their first time out of the game with 4:54 remaining. So checking on some scores.
Some big games. Obviously, at this level, they're all big games. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Hi, Olivia.
Hello.
Nice to see you in the booth.
Well, happy to be here. Looking at some scores, we have Fond du Lac Marquette. Marquette is at 7. Cedarburg Kakana with 7. New Richmond and help me with that name there, Ted.
Wanakee.
Wanakee.
Yeah, very good team and near Madison. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on some of those scores throughout the day. And, yeah, a lot of local teams playing tonight. Keep an eye on those scores. So just under 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Scoreless game so far. 1st and 10 from the 21.
Doucette once again. Takes up for a couple. Coming in, one of the big linebackers. 6'1", 210-pound senior, Sam Shear. Number 4 also getting in there. So it brings up 2nd and 5. Yes, again, we mentioned just a gorgeous night here in Kimberly. Could not ask for a better night in the first week of November.
To the 26-yard line now. And Pendleton.
Tyson.
And no gain.
Push back. Briones again, number 82. Showing why he was first team all-conference. Doing a nice job there. Also Young coming up. So Young and Briones, a couple of all-conference players teaming up to stuff him for no gain. 3rd and 5. From the, what yard was it down there, Ted? 27? Yep.
Yeah, big play here. We haven't seen very many passes since the first couple of interceptions.
That's right. Absolutely.
You know, we talk about how nice the weather is. It's still a very cold football.
Yeah. It is. And it'll get damp a little bit later, a little bit of the dew coming in.
You can see it coming in on those lights right now. So our big third
Play
down,
action.
and that is incomplete. They were looking for Carter Howard.
Had a shot at it, had a real good shot at it, but it'll be a punting situation for Neenah. So both teams' defenses holding stout on a couple of 3rd down plays, and Neenah should end up with some pretty good field position. As he'll be punting from about his own 15-yard line.
A little bit of a boxing match here, just kind of
Absolutely.
jabbing at each other.
You're exactly right. It's kind of like jab, jab, jab. Line drive, end over end punt.
Yeah,
those are tough to handle. Oh, he got a good
43.
balance.
Picks it up and out to the 50-yard line. So that's where Neenah will begin their
Grandine.
third drive of this third quarter. Yeah, the score is coming in pretty quick here, John.
Okay.
From around the area. Marquette leading at Fond du Lac right now.
We got
Cedarburg and
Kakana.
Kakana with a 7-point lead.
Marquette School leading Fond du Lac 7-0. Kakana 7-0 over Cedarburg. Wanakee 14-0 over New Richmond. Lodi 7-0 over Xavier. Baldwin Woodville 14-6 over Somerset. Lakeside Memorial Lutheran 7-0 over Catholic Memorial. Darlington 8-6 over Lancaster. Reedsville 7-0 over Randolph. Blackhawk over Potos 6-0, and Stratford over Auburndale 7-0 so far.
Potosi.
We had an illegal block in the back on the receiving team, 10-yard penalty. First down.
Potosi Cassville. Of course, Cassville, the old Sam Oakey days of
Oh, my
high school
goodness.
basketball.
Boy, is there a legendary name, Sam
Let me throw
Oakey.
you back a few years.
Wow. One of the legendary high school players ever to come out of Wisconsin. Goes to Wisconsin, and I'll never forget Dick Bennett. I can just imagine how much he tore into him when they played their first exhibition game, and they said, well, Sam, what'd you think about it? Oh, they were terrible. They were terrible. Yeah. Sam Oakey, good call.
So Neenah backed up on the penalty, so they're starting on their own 41.
Nice
And,
run, number
yeah.
8 once again. Grant Dean picking up about his seasonal average, around 7 yards.
Yeah, Grant Dean, quite the season. First team all-conference running back, first team returner,
Yep.
second team safety.
He's got the one return for a touchdown on the team. As I mentioned, already been offered by North Dakota State.
Yeah.
That's big time.
Pretty impressive.
North Dakota State is big time
It
football.
is.
I'm telling you, they are big time football.
So a 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4 from the 47-yard line.
Dean again.
And they were waiting for him.
Yeah, stacked up that time. Number 6, Braden Ellefson, 6'3", 195. He's their leading tackler. He's only a junior. That's nice size coming up from that safety spot at 6'3", 195. Uh-oh. Tough score here. It's early, though. Gladstone 14, Nagani 7. I'll keep you updated on that.
That is not a WIAA score.
No, it's not.
Keeping an eye on the scores in the UP.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a 3rd and 2.
Oh,
And
wow.
a first down for the Rockets. Big run by Grant Dean.
Holy cow, did you see him steamroll the defensive back that came up to make that stop? What a strong running back. Watch this, Ted. Watch how he finishes this right there.
Oof.
Holy wah, as we used to say.
That lowered his head and
He lowered
the
everything.
boom.
Yes, D. Cleater. So 1st and 10 from the 42. No, you know what? Till they stop him, keep playing the same game. Get behind that big offensive line and see what you can get. That time it was Doucette. But I'll tell you what, this is one of those teams, Teddy, Kimberly, that we've talked about. We've talked about, the Neenah problems and different things like that as far as injuries with their quarterback. But Coach Young, every year he has his team here. You know what I mean? Doesn't he, though? He's trying to put some magic formula, and he just every year has his team playing just deep in the playoffs.
2nd and 7. And
Boy,
another
nice
first
fake.
down.
Beautiful play action fake. Well, not play action, but just a beautiful fake ball handling in the background. If we get a chance to look at that one again, you tell me you don't follow the first guy. That was outstandingly done. Take another look at this, Teddy. Watch this. Nice job at riding. And you know why not? You got to respect the running back who's done such a great job in Grant Dean. You got to respect the heck out of that. So then for the quarterback, who, he's as a freshman, he's okay running the football. You think he might be a little bit gun shy, but you're not. But I'll tell you one thing. This conference, you grew up real fast. Don't you know? You simply grow up
You
real
better.
fast. Yeah.
You better. Under 30 seconds to play in the quarter.
Another nice game.
And Neenah's got a nice drive going back to, you're talking about the success of Neenah and how the
Keep it
program's enrolling.
Yeah.
9 straight years now in the playoffs, 19th appearance overall, 17 and 18 record overall in the playoffs, but 9 straight seasons in the playoffs for the Rockets.
Remember that one year we did 3 games and Coach Young finally said, we don't want to see you here anymore? Remember that? As soon as we walked up.
They lost 3 games.
Yeah, no, 3 games we did, all 3 games.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter. We've got no score, but Neenah's on the move. We'll be back with the second quarter after this timeout. Well, 2nd and 5 coming up on the Kimberly 25 as Neenah comes back out onto the field. No score. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino, Olivia Acree with you tonight for this Level 3 playoff game. It's the quarterfinal round of the WIAA playoffs.
Win this one and you are a step away from Camp Randall.
Van Beek hands it off to Dean. Dean tries the right side. Made a nice adjustment.
Short by about a yard of the first down.
Yeah, going to be third and short.
2nd and 5. It'll be 3rd and 1. And are they in your red zone? They are not, huh, Teddy? About 6 inches away from your red zone.
Gallagher's
Pizza red zone.
Nobody's been there yet.
Nope. 4 down territory, though, Teddy. 4 down territory.
Dean is in the backfield once again with Van Beek. And Dean will take the handoff. He's got the first down. Picks up about 5 on that nice play by the Rockets, keeping the drive alive, and now they are in the Gallagher's Pizza red zone.
Caleb Schaefer with a nice kick-out block. Schaefer 6'3", 190. He's only a junior as well. But watch him. Watch number 2 on the right side, Teddy. See number 2 right there? Gets that nice kick-out block right there that helps lead the way. So 1st and 10 from the 15.
Rockets looking for the first points of this ball game. And Dean again, left side of the line and across the 10-yard line.
Another nice gain taken down that time by Mickey Wilds, 6'3", 170. He's the junior. He's the one, I believe, that had the big collision with Grant Dean in that last series, one of the last plays of the first half. I don't know, do we have a scoreless first half this season? We must have, but I just don't remember one.
I think we did.
I don't think so. But Neenah threatening now.
From the 8-yard line, 2nd and 4. Van Beek, and it is Dean again. And let's see, he's going to be shy of the first down. Maybe at about the 5-yard line.
I'll tell you what, he's getting some blocking though. Chase Collins. We talked about the the huge. Watch number 5, Chase Collins, lead this block, Petty. Number 5. See him? He was the up back. He steamrolled his guy. That's what opened up at least a gap for him. Nice block there by number 5, Chase Collins.
So a 3rd and 1 from the 5. And Dean again.
Little misdirection that didn't fool anybody. I think it's short. I think it's definitely short by at least a foot. At least that's my call from up here.
Decision time.
I guess. It's about a foot, like half a yard.
Well, when I look at the stats, I don't believe Neenah has had a field goal attempt.
No, they have not. Nope.
So
they've been great on extra points, but have not attempted a field goal.
So it's going to be a 4th and less than 1.
Yeah, like about a yard
on the 4-yard line.
Biggest play of the first half so far.
You can hear the crowd come alive. That's the Kimberly fans right under us cheering on their defense. That's Dean met in the backfield fighting for position, and let's see how they mark this one.
He was hit
Stand by, we're waiting for the spot, and they stopped him. Turnover on downs. We'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. Huge defensive stand by the Kimberly Papermakers. Turnover on down, so the Papermakers take over on their own 5-yard line. Gavin Tyson gets the call right up the middle. He goes, good for 6 yards.
And we got to go back to the play. Just want to say it's number 99, Sad McGivern, 6'3", 250 pounds. He's going to Yale, and he was in on that play. But who is the man right there that just stonewalled, got in quick? What a great job of shooting the gap there and making that stop. Big defensive play on the part of Kimberly, shooting that gap and stopping one of the best running backs in the conference, a yard short of a first down.
The game
Not
remains
even a yard, a foot short of a first down.
The game remains scoreless. What a matchup. 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line, and Doucette's got the first down.
Nice game by Doucette on first down. Zane Schmidt, 5'10", 150, making the stop that time. Nice to get out of their own shadow of the end zone right there for Kimberly after the turnover on downs. You know, I'm surprised high schools, Ted, haven't adopted maybe it's illegal, but you know what the NFL is doing now, where you put the big guys behind the quarterback and the quarterback sneak, the old tush push as they call it. But that's become so popular in football, except the high school level, it seems like.
I think we saw it once this season.
Yeah, I think so too.
Somebody tried it.
Yeah. Coming up to make the stop, Luke Young,
It'll work its way down.
I think so, too.
Unless the NFL outlaws it and they start outlawing it one level after
another. I almost
another.
wonder if high school ranks are kind of waiting to see how that's going to play out. Gain of about 2, second down and 8 for the paper makers. Almost 5 minutes gone in the second quarter.
It is flying by in this first half.
It's unbelievable. Wouldn't be surprised to see him put it in the air, even though they have one wide receiver on the right side. You know, this almost seems like a spot for a Coronado with the coming out of the backfield.
They go to that one guy, and it is number 1, Bryson Beef. And Beef caught from behind and brought down near the 50-yard line.
Wow, Young with a touchdown-saving tackle. Bryson Beef, 6'1", 180, came into the ballgame with 569 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. And what a nice move he puts on the defender right there. Wow, and a little cut to the outside. Big play, biggest offensive play of the ballgame so far.
First team all-conference was Veith. You can see why. Well, wouldn't he look good in a college uniform next season?
No question, you bet. So many of these kids, you just see they got college potential.
From the 49, and it's
nice cut.
Gavin Tyson.
Very nice cut right at the line of scrimmage for Kimberly. I always think of Kimberly as being kind of a power team, but what a nice job he did. So 2 real nice plays from the skill position players. The wide receiver making that really nice juke after he caught the pass. And then on the other side, Tyson making a nice dipsy-doodle move to get a nice yard. Tyson then came out of the ball game right there. Nice cut. Took a pretty good shot. Came out to take a breather on the sidelines. So 2nd and 4.
From the 45-yard line of the Rockets.
Gain of a couple, so 3rd down and about 3 now. And I think Kimberly, no matter what, is going to go for a first down in this series, don't you?
Well, actually, they moved the ball up a little bit, so it's like a third
and one now. Oh, okay. That's a good spot. 3rd and 1 for them. But again, seems like they've got some offensive momentum going now. No matter what, they're not going to, they're just going to keep riding it. That was a huge pass play, though. A real nice pass and a nice job by the wide receiver.
3rd and 1. This is a big play. Rockets looking for a stop. They'll give it to Doucette, who's fighting for the first down, and
yeah, I think he's got it.
I think he does too. This Neenah Rocket defense has been terrific this season.
Oh, outstanding.
Averaging about 13.5 points per game to the opponents. 129 yards through the air and 100 yards rushing. That's all they've allowed.
That's right. Just outstanding defense. So it brings it up right to the 40-yard line.
Fresh set of downs.
5-minute mark now in the second quarter. First man through once again.
As Tyson
gets wrapped it up after a gain of a couple.
Gain of 1, maybe?
Yeah, about 1. About the 39. Second down and 9. You know, he's one of those guys, too, Ted. You know, that's like an old school high school running back, 5'9". You know, 185, 190, something like that. And he's got a lot of those characteristics.
The old school running back had the weight rooms and the
no, they didn't.
The muscle mass that these guys have nowadays.
They didn't have the squat rack like they have these days. Those were incredible. The squat racks. And don't even get, who was I had that big argument with in the truck that one night about how many different types of how many types of squatting there is?
Give to
no quarterback keep.
Van Beek.
Or
excuse me, Pendleton.
Yep.
Pendleton.
Stacked up. Nice job that time. Hudson Tamulin. 5'8", 195 pounds. Hudson Tamulin. But again, 5'8", 195. Playing on that defensive line. So 3rd and about 5 from the 35.
Change up the personnel here.
Yeah, they did. They brought in about 4 or 5 new bodies.
And hard to believe there's only 3:40 remaining in this first half.
And Coronado is in the backfield. Look for him sneaking out.
3rd and 5 from the 35.
That's him in motion.
And Pendleton to the air has his man, and that's Veith again.
Yep. Bryson Veith, that's a good-looking receiver. And you can tell he and the quarterback both have a little bit of rhythm, don't they, Teddy? I mean, when the quarterback went back, he threw that ball with so much confidence, just knowing where his wide receiver was going to be. Caught it at about 9 yards, and then just dove for the first down. Big play on third down.
Just
first
able
and
to
10
get
from the
across
30.
that first down line.
Yep.
Keep the clock moving. Chains are moving. Ball up to the 30-yard line. Remember, this started at the 5-yard line.
That's right. And they stopped him on fourth down.
So from the 30.
New set.
Not much doing there.
Stacked up pretty good that time. Defense for Neenah.
Hey, whether you're training to win a championship or you feel like a champion after getting back to your usual routine, Bellin Health keeps you win the moment, whatever the moment. Bellin Health, the official healthcare partner of Sports Showdown.
That was Aiden Carey with the stop that time for the Neenah Rockets. Aiden Carey, 5'11", 170-pound senior. 2nd and 9.
Got Veith out on the right side again.
Play
Looking
action.
his way. They're looking for Veith, and they have him. Touchdown, Kimberly.
Great play action by Pendleton, the quarterback. Great post pattern by Bryson Veith. And he was wide open, one-on-one coverage, and he laid it in there perfectly.
Well, they set him up to isolate him.
Look at that great play action. Everybody was coming up, and just your basic post pattern.
29 yards on the pass from Pendleton to Veith.
Boy, when you're a quarterback and you go back there and you realize you fooled everybody and you got somebody like that running free one-on-one and you've got a whole side of the field to work with, that's got to be a great feeling.
First points of the game belong to the Papermakers. The extra point is good, and it's 7-0 Kimberly over Neenah. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. 2:19 remaining in the first half. Kimberly, the first team to get on the board, 7-0. Hey, the down and distance tonight, it's brought to you by Gandrew West Mason Value Center. Find the right vehicle at the right value for your money. Complete inventory online at GandrewWest.com.
So really, that was about a 96-yard drive. Because he'd gained about a half yard on that play, got it inside the 5, so a 96-yard drive by Kimberly to put the first points on the board.
What a ball game, John.
Yeah.
It has just been flying by, but it has been a hard-hitting.
And if you're Neenah now, you've played such a tough first half. Obviously, 2:19, not a lot of time if you don't get good field position. You just don't want to do anything to give the ball back to Kimberly when all of a sudden they might taste a little blood in the water.
This kick be to about
Ooh,
the
bobble.
18-yard line, picked up by Dean, who's brought down near the 30-yard line.
27.
We'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. The Neenah Rockets have 2:12 to work with here in the first half, trailing 7-0 as they take over here after the kickoff on their own 29-yard line. Keeping it on the ground and picking up about 4 yards is Dean.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. I think they would be okay with just kind of winding this down. If they go into the locker room down by 7, I think they'd be okay with that. If they get a big play, if Dean busts one, or maybe they do a little screen or something to get some big yardage, then they would look deeper downfield. I think they would be okay going into the locker room 7-0, don't you? At this point?
Well, yeah, you don't
want to
you don't
want
to make a mistake here.
down here in this part of the field. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
2 wide receivers flank to the left.
I think anybody's happy going in the locker room trailing. Well, I know what you mean, though, bud. So here's Van Beek. Gets it out to his receiver. It's Luke Keller, number 83 on the reception.
Who's a heck of a target. 6'2", 189 pounds, 249 yards receiving, 20 yards per catch on the season.
Yeah, that's why you're a first-team all-conference tight end.
20 yards per catch as a tight end, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, now you got some breathing room. Now you're up to the 40.
And a little confidence maybe for Van Beek.
Absolutely, no question.
Had to settle down in this big game against your conference rival in the third round of the WIA playoffs.
Gain of about 4, straight up the middle, but I think Kimberly's going to start calling some timeouts. Or did Neenah call the timeout? Neenah called the timeout.
Neenah.
Hey, tonight's instant replays are brought to you by Simon's Cheese. Experience the best of Wisconsin at Simon's Cheese, Little Chute.
I like our official from Tucson. He doesn't mess around. Neenah! We'll call the timeout. Neenah! I like that. That's old school. That's old school reffing, Teddy. I'm telling you.
Old school?
Old school reffing.
Old school.
Yeah. Who called the timeout? Neenah!
Bringing a smile to a lot of people's faces, John. So
Yes,
you know what that
yes.
means.
What does it mean?
Time for the Smile
Dr.
Cam.
Pete?
You bet. Tonight's Smile Cam brought to you by North Star Dental Group. Changing your life by changing your smile. Check out Dr. Pete
Look at that.
in Appleton and Sheboygan.
How can you
And
not be smiling? You're out here in a beautiful stadium
And
on
we-
a beautiful night.
we tape all those smiles before the game. There were a lot of fans. As soon as that gate opened at 6
my
o'clock,
gosh.
they came rushing in.
It was like a rock concert trying to get close to the stage. It was incredible.
It is filled up here at Papermaker Stadium. So back to action we go with a minute left in the first half.
Trips receivers to the right.
2nd and 6 from the 45. And let's see, we're going to stop
sure
the
what
clock here. Do we get another timeout? What do we get here?
Well, 2 seconds elapsed.
We have a timeout. Kimberly, their second one.
Their second one. I love this
If he
guy.
has to come up here. Hey, he's going to need a vacation after this. I got just the idea here. U.S. Cellular, they're giving away $20,000 for a distraction-free vacation. No mino. To enter it for official rules, go to 20kvacay.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. And we've got a special guest coming up at halftime from U.S. Cellular. Looking forward to that interview coming up. And, of course, also at halftime, Olivia joins us once again, NBC 26 neighborhood reporter. We'll have some of the scores from around the area. And we're going to see who's going to make it to level 4 next week in the state semifinals.
Boy, and that's always, I tell you what, that's kind of like the Olympics. They say one of the toughest things is to come in fourth, where you're so close to that gold medal. And one of the toughest things in high school sports is when you lose that game. You can lose the second round. It's like, okay. But when you're that close to Camp Randall, those ones you remember.
So, again, 2nd and 6 from the 45. And
Has a man.
Has Dean. Dean's got the first down. He'll get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Nice play, sneaking out of the backfield, coming up the middle, and then doing a drag pattern over to the left flats. Nice job of this young quarterback. Once again, this is a freshman quarterback that Neenah's going with against a team like Kimberly, the state champs, playing at level 3, 1 game away from playing for a trip to Madison. Give that kid all the credit in the world. Had a chance to talk to their quarterback who was hurt this year, Evan Evenhoven. Evan, I told him, I said, man, you were one of the best quarterbacks around. I said, sometimes it just stinks when these things happen. But I said, I expect him to be the best quarterback around next season.
Going to see
Come
him
back
next
strong.
season for sure. And,
You bet.
of course, with all the experience Ashton Van Beek has got this, it's going to be very interesting next season for the Rockets with 2 really good experienced quarterbacks. Van Beek to the air as we talk about him, and just
Young.
missed. Yeah, they were looking for Luke Young again.
Wow, that was a step. Just a little more air under it, and he would have had a shot maybe to take it the difference, the distance, but yeah, just a step away.
Yeah, good
nice
coverage.
effort by Young. Yeah, good coverage too. Defender was right on him. So 2nd and 10 now.
Didn't see the number
The defender?
on the defender.
I
Maybe
thought
Mikey Wild?
It was Mikey Wilds. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yep. Mickey Wilds. Mickey, right? You said Mikey. Mickey. Looks like Mickey. You go with Mikey or Mickey? We gotta get
I'll
that
go with
right.
Mikey.
Wow, I got it right. All right.
So 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Straight up for a gain of about 3.
And they'll take a
Time's winding
timeout.
down. Yep.
So
We
that'll
have a
be
timeout.
the second
Neenah.
timeout.
Their
for
last
Neenah.
timeout of the half.
Well, Dave Steiger's going to say it's their last, although the
Yes.
scoreboard is showing another timeout available for Neenah. So we can check on that. But while we do, we're going to let you know that every time a team reaches the opponent's 20-yard line, they're in the Gallagher's Pizza Red Zone. You can check out their restaurants in Swamico and De Pere, as well as 2 locations in Green Bay on West Mason Street and Webster Avenue. Gallagher's Pizza. Italian food, Irish spirit.
I had a chance to talk with Sundance, head coach at UW Green Bay for the men this year.
Yeah.
Asked him, when you move to a new town, you have to find places. You know, what stood out?
Yeah.
He said pizza at a place called Gallagher's. No lie. He said, wow. He's like, have you been there? It's like, buddy, I've got Gallagher's pizza sauce coursing through my veins.
Sounds good right about now. Well, we got 44 seconds left in this first half. Ball up to the Kimberly 40-yard line. Neenah trying to find some points before the end of the quarter, and that is caught and taken down to the 25-yard line. Did he get out of bounds? He did.
Young with the reception. Boy, he's turned out to be quite the receiver. So well known as a defensive back, but he's had a nice job on the offensive side. He's got 20 receptions on the season. So as we mentioned, a leading tackler with 85 tackles, which is a bunch. Nice job by the quarterback, rolling out of the pocket, throwing on the run, right on the money.
In traffic.
That's a very, again, 15 years old playing like this. That's impressive.
They'll spot the ball at the 26-yard line. First and 10 with 38 seconds to go. Up top they go to the near sideline in the corner, and it is wrestled for. Who's got it? Is it Pitt? Waiting for the word from the official. They're going to get together and talk about it. Kimberly came away with the ball, but we don't know if it's going to be an interception or a completion, and it's a first down.
On the run.
A completion.
Take another look at this. What an effort by Young. There it is. So Young has it, goes down with it, and then the defensive back took it away after. Benny Kiefer, I believe.
There you go. That tie goes to the runner, to the offensive player.
It looked like he was down and had possession. They were still rolling when it was taken away.
What an incredible throw and catch. And Neenah with time running, 17 seconds and counting. And they'll try to punch it in from the first and goal. And
they don't have 8 timeouts according to the refs.
There's one on the scoreboard.
Unless an official was wrong then. A penalty against Neenah.
So that'll...
I was wondering why the clock was stopped.
Stop it up.
We have a dead ball foul, encroachment on the offense, and they're lined up offside. Still first down.
Wow, that's huge.
And now Neenah will use their last timeout. So, yeah, we thought they had one.
They tried going hurry up. They tried getting up to the line of scrimmage really quick.
Well, tonight's football game is sponsored in part, you saw it right there, Vanderboom Verstegen Wealth Management. Of course, they're located right here in Kimberly. Huge Kimberly boosters. You can visit their website at vvwealth.com.
Did they play it all?
They had a little history of football.
Like NFL-wise?
Playing college, high school, coaching.
Pros.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing, those two athletes. Really amazing. So here we go. No timeouts left now, so they're going to have to put it in the end zone on a pass. I mean, at least attempt to put it in the end zone on a pass. I don't think they'd have enough time to do a running play and get up to the line of scrimmage, even spike it or anything.
It is a first and goal. It'll be at the 6-yard line. Looking for their first points of the game. Penalty, they were at the 1. The penalty backed them up 5 yards. So first and goal from the 6-yard line. They got Dean lined up as a receiver in the slot on the near side. Receiver split out wide to the right. Again, Neenah is out of timeouts. Kimberly's got one more here in the half.
Chase Collins in the backfield with him. No timeouts left from the 6, 13 seconds left.
And they're actually going to change the time, I think, on the clock.
14. Okay, one more second. Oh. 18.
18 seconds.
Okay.
So
I will say this, Lieutenant. I didn't see a flag fly at a time on that on the penalty.
Yeah.
So I can see why, because we were confused. Why did the clock stop?
Okay, so they put some time on the clock. 18 seconds. But Neenah again out of timeouts. First and goal from the 6. Van Beek takes the snap, looks right, has a man cutting across the middle. It is caught.
I haven't seen a touchdown.
And touchdown. Touchdown Neenah, and they are an extra point away from tying the game.
Take another look at it. Boy, I'll tell you what, he threaded this needle. So I had the binoculars on it, and he just threaded it right there to his main man, Grant Dean. What a nice throw by that freshman quarterback.
6-yard reception for Dean. And now Neenah looking for the extra point. It's Liam Wasco. And Wasco is good.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's exactly like I called it, Teddy. They still got time to drive down the field. Don't be content going to the locker room down by 7. Do what you got to do to drive
How
the
many
football.
times has that happened to you this season?
Every time.
Every time you've said
Every
that.
time. I'm undefeated in being wrong on what they're going to do at the end of the half. Undefeated.
Just be happy to go on with a 7-point deficit, I think is what you said.
Yeah. You don't want to be throwing it around. You don't want to make a mistake.
Now, you come from the 1900s. Hey, our friends over at Security Lupke, they're a proud sponsor of Sports Showdown. If you're looking for roofing, siding, gutters, gutter protection, attic insulation, check out 920roofing.com or give them a call at 920-ROOFING.
Okay, and it is Mikey. I just got a text. It is Mikey. So you're right again. Wow. Must be, you know what? Must feel so good. There's nothing more exhilarating than pointing out the shortcomings of others. That's a famous quote. I have to pull it out tonight.
More interested in just getting Mikey's name right. Hey, don't forget, stick around at halftime. We're going to check out all the scores from around the area. A lot of local teams playing here in the quarterfinal round. Olivia Acree will join us once again. Also hear from our friends at U.S. Cellular.
There we go. They've been a great sponsor this year, haven't they?
They sure have been. All of our sponsors have been terrific.
So maybe a squib here just to prevent a long return. 12 seconds left. What a first half. What an amazing first half. Oh!
Uh-oh, live ball, and Neenah's got it.
It is Neenah's football. Bounced off the up man for Kimberly right back into the Neenah man's hands. Wow.
So 2 seconds go off the clock. So now
I say you go for it. Liam Wasco.
Now I say go for it.
With their recovery
Okay.
that time. You can't be conservative in a game like this, Teddy. You got to let it snap.
I think
Look at that. That just caromed right off of him. And a nice recovery.
yeah.
Just saying.
Let's see what happens here.
Let's readjust at halftime here.
Well,
He's got 3 wide receivers. Well, 2 wide and 1 tight in the slot. He's looking deep.
he's going to take
He's
a
looking
shot,
for Young.
and it's going to be
Intercepted.
picked off. And a lot of room to move down the field.
He's got a lot of red jerseys in front of him.
And he's going to take it to the far side. Cody Overman. And Overman
Young with the tackle.
And Overman tried to flip it out back into the field of play, but he did step on the end zone because Neenah's picked up the ball, and they're racing for the other end zone, but they blew it dead.
Yeah. They said he stepped up. What a way to end the first half. Wow.
I think there's still going to be a couple of seconds. But
how about this? It was Young that chased down the man and came up with the football. How tired must that guy be? Well, everybody's going off the field, so that's it.
I think there were a couple of seconds when he went out of bounds, but everyone has left the field. I'm still looking at the official. Let's see if he's going to bring anyone back.
He's over talking with the coaches. And they're being the coaches are being very demonstrative, if I can use that word.
Well, let's
so
see.
Still, the officials are talking together. Now it looks like they're walking off. Are we going to have a call from the official?
I think. Okay.
No.
Well, we're going to call it halftime then.
Okay.
Everyone's left the field.
Can I make
What a ball game we've got
call?
here.
Can I make the call for him?
Go ahead.
The first half is over.
Okay, thanks, John.
You're welcome.
7-7 ball game. Neenah and Kimberly, you're watching Showdown. Welcome back. It is halftime here on Showdown, and we've got a very special guest with us, Lataria Garrett. She is with U.S. Cellular. Thanks so much for joining us for this game today. You know, U.S. Cellular is a new sponsor for us on Showdown this year, but I know being part of the community and the local things that you guys do, it's such an important mission for you guys.
Absolutely. We love to be out in the community and celebrate with our customers, right? So where we live, where we play, we want to have fun and get out there with you guys.
Talk about fun. I know one of the promotions we've been talking about all season long is your 20K vacay. Tell us a little bit more about that. I know everyone's asking about $20,000 for a distraction-free vacation.
Absolutely. We want you to take some time, reset, refresh, spend some time with family. $20,000 for a vacation, right? That's exciting. It's part of our initiative called Us Mode. So in that, we would love for people to take a break. I know that sounds funny with a digital company, right? But we know that that human connection is important too. And so we want you to reset. We want you to take a break. Things like this at the game. Don't be swiping. Get in there. Use your hands to cheer, not swipe. Use your energy to cheer, not swipe. Don't miss the game-winning shot. Absolutely.
You know, and I think it's so important for us now. We all seem to be so dialed into that device that we're holding so often. And it sounds kind of strange that a cellular company would say, hey, put it down for a little bit, but that's really the message.
Yeah, we just want better digital lifestyles for people, especially our kids, our youth. You know, we have something called a smart kit tool on our website for parents to help kind of build that relationship. Have some places where they are device free. Dinner table sounds like a good one to me.
Without a doubt. I try to get my kids to put it down all the time. Well, thank you so much, and thank you again for sponsoring our high school football games this year. I know, like we said, being a part of the community and the local things that you're able to do, it's nice to have you out here on the field.
Yes, so glad to be here. Thank you again. Welcome me back. I'll be back.
We'll have you soon. All right. Thank you so much. All right, we've got to take another timeout. You're watching Showdown. Well, the scoreboard tells it all. The U.S. Cellular scoreboard 7-7 at half. Neenah and Kimberly here in this quarterfinal round of the WIA playoffs. Ted Stefaniak, John Mina with you. We knew this was going to be a great matchup, and we're certainly getting it tonight, John.
You could not ask for a better first half than that. That first quarter just flew by 0-0, and then both teams put together amazing drives, 95 and a half yards, 96 yards, I would say, for Kimberly after they held Neenah on a 4th and a half yard on the 5-yard line, drove it all the way down the field through a beautiful play-action post pattern for the touchdown. 2 minutes, little and change when Neenah got the ball back. Got it back, I believe, on their own 40, so it wasn't bad field position. But, you know, like I was saying, you got a freshman quarterback, but I said, you know, sit on it a little bit, go into the locker room at halftime. You said, no, be aggressive. And, man, were they aggressive, taking it down and scoring with about 10 seconds left to play. And the first half still didn't end until about a 75-yard kickoff return. That was just an amazing first half.
Yeah, we've got a good one. Can't wait to see the second half. But before that, we're going to check in with all the scores of our local teams in the playoffs tonight. That's coming up next. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. Back at Papermakers Stadium with 7-7 ball game between Neenah and Kimberly in level 3 of the WIA playoffs. Let's bring in NBC 26 neighborhood reporter Olivia Acree on the sideline. She's been checking out all the scores around the area. What do you got, Olivia?
All right, so starting off, I've got Neenah 7 and Kimberly 7 right here at Papermaker Stadium, and Fond du Lac 0, Marquette 28.
Okay, that's a big one. The winners of these two games will meet each other. So right now,
obviously it's 35-0 now.
Yep, that's been increased. What do you got in Division 2, Olivia?
All right, I have Cedarburg 7, Kaukauna 21, New Richmond 0, Wanakee 35.
Yeah, Wanakee 35.
Wanakee.
Yeah, a big team there. That could be a great matchup, Kaukauna and Wanakee in the next round if that happens. We saw Kaukauna last week.
Yep.
All right, and then I have Mount Horeb, Barneveld at 8, and Notre Dame 13. And I also have Onalaska 6, Rice Lake 22.
Yeah, Rice Lake's always a tough one, Johnny, and we'll see if Notre Dame gets an opportunity to play them. Also in Division 3, Menasha with a 6-3 lead over Grafton, and Monroe leading Stoughton. Division 4, Olivia,
Division 4, I got Xavier 7, Lodi 7, Somerset 12, Baldwin Woodville 49.
Luxembourg, Casco, and Two Rivers. That's a big one, John.
That's a huge ball game. I'll tell you what, Luxembourg Casco must be for real because we saw that Two Rivers offense, and they were amazing.
All right. Also in Division 5, Wrightstown is underway. Olivia, that's a 14-9 game. We'll have to update those scores.
I'm actually going to update that one further. Wrightstown 20, Wittenberg-Burnhamwood at 9.
All right. And Division 6, Olivia?
St. Mary Springs at 0, Kewanee 17, Lancaster 14, and Darlington 21.
Tell you what.
And backing up one quick second, Luxembourg Casco now tied at 7 with Two Rivers.
So that one's tied up. What a game between Kewanee and St. Mary Springs.
That one's a great ball game, of course. And Kewanee leading at 17-0 at halftime.
Yep, and last one, Olivia, in Division 7.
Yeah, but we've got Randolph 0, Reedsville 10, Blackhawk 20, Potosi 0.
Yep, and that Reedsville team is pretty good the last couple of years.
Absolutely. They've had a lot of great athletes come through there over the last couple of years.
All right, Olivia, thanks so much. I know you're going to be coming up to the booth and checking in on those scores. We'll pass along the finals as they go along, and we'll see who's going to make it to the semis.
One more update. Kakana now leads 28-7. So that matchup you were talking about might be a reality in about 20 minutes.
It could happen. We'll keep an eye on it. Thank you very much, Olivia.
Thanks,
hey, we've
guys.
got to take another timeout. Second half action coming up between Kimberly and Neenah. We're tied up at 7 in the quarterfinal round of the WIAA playoffs. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino with you, getting ready for the start of the second half between Kimberly and Neenah. It's a 7-7 ball game. It has been very entertaining, so not a lot of points, but as we look around the state, there's not a lot of scoring around the state either in this level 3 round.
You know one thing, Teddy, we always find that you get to this third round, you play good defense. You absolutely must be playing good defense to get to this round and then advance, and that's what happens a lot. This has been a tremendous first half, well played by both teams, despite the fact that it started out with 2 turnovers, interceptions on both teams.
Well,
what a crazy end to that first half, though, huh?
Well, I thought it was a crazy beginning to the game.
Crazy, yeah.
You always say, well, what's the turnover margin going to be? Both teams had a turnover to begin the game.
Right away, right off the bat. And then they both
it didn't hurt.
Down.
Didn't hurt.
No, neither one. Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, scoreless first quarter. And just, 96-yard drive by Kimberly, and then that great drive by Neenah in the last seconds of the first half. But how about the young players there or not that young, but Luke Young, number 15. Has he been something else on both sides of the ball or what?
Some big catches tonight as well. So Neenah in their white jerseys.
And he's known more
We'll
as being a
kick off
defensive
here
back.
to start the second half, and we are underway. This one through the legs. The returner picked up at the 9-yard line. Now he's got a little space on the near side, still alive, and gets it across the 30-yard line.
That was outstanding.
Well, free of charge, walk in for an injury assessment and immediate evaluation by the Bell & Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedic team. Save the cost of an ER or urgent care visit for sports injuries for every member of your family. Play like a kid, heal like a pro. Bell & Health, the official healthcare partner of Sports Showdown.
That was Carter Howard with that return. 5'10", 170-pound junior wide receiver. Did a really nice job. That could have been catastrophic back inside their own 10-yard line.
So they'll start this drive 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. And Doucette gets the first call, tries the left side, picks up 2.
Hit hard, Andrew Carlson, number 54, 6'1", 205. He's a junior. A gain of about 2 as they started at about the 30-yard line. Both teams really threw the ball well in that first half, though, didn't they, Ted?
I thought so. After some early jitters and a couple of interceptions. Yeah. So 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7 from the 33. And
Doucette
it's Doucette hitting the backfield.
Tawan Rich, 6', 245. Big Tawan.
Grant Dean back there with him as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, they just shut that one down. Aiden Carey also coming up. every team we've done has somebody named Aiden. Have you ever noticed that? Like, that must have been a really popular name about 17 years ago.
Yeah, Twan Rich, 10 tackles for a loss this season. Chalk him up for another one. 3rd and 8. And
Overshot his man, looking for Coronado.
I'm not sure which guy he was looking for. There were a couple of receivers in the area.
I know. Abe Coronado was the closest, but he did have a man deeper than him, and he kind of split the difference, to be honest with you.
So a 4th down, punting situation on a 4th and 8. And deep in their own territory, so the Papermakers will line up to punt this one away. And Lance Doring.
Nice punt. End over end to the 35. Fair catch called.
All right, we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So Neenah gets their first possession of the second half. 1st and 10 on their own 35. And a gain of about 3.
Grant Dean with the carry. Just stacking up in the middle of the pile. Following one of his big offensive linemen, number 76.
We'll see if they stick to the same script here, John, that they were playing in that first half where you kind of keep it on the ground, then kind of open it up.
Tate Rajak with the shot. 6'1", 210. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They set it up with the run, and then nice play action. Most of the successful pass plays have been play action so far today.
2nd and 7 from the 38.
Play action right here.
Nice little play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. This felt like Kimberly was looking for that play, but still a nice job execution-wise by the Rockets.
Yeah, Young with the catch. I think they were expecting to get one more block to spring him for at least those last few yards, but that one didn't really materialize. Nice job on the part of Kimberly by sniffing that one out. So 3rd and 2 from the 43. Neenah trying to carry over that momentum they ended the first half with.
You can hear the fans just under us trying to cheer on that Kimberly defense. The handoff to Dean. Dean spring loads and busts through the line.
Yeah, nice blocking again over on that right side by that Neenah offensive line. He just wanted to make sure he got that first down. He wasn't looking for 6. He was looking for that first down right there. And he got it.
He had a similar run and dive in the first half as well, where he just needed a couple of yards.
That's right. And
just gets low, and just like he's spring-loaded.
You're 100% correct. That's exactly what he did on that other play. He just wanted to make sure he got that first down.
So ball on the 48-yard line.
Quarterback keeper.
And Van Beek, good for a couple yards.
Yeah, gain about 3 or 4. Again, they're doing such a nice, when you have a great running back that you just absolutely have to respect, like Grant Dean, your play action is so much more effective. I mean, just so much more effective. So gain of about 3 inside Kimberly territory at the 49. Wide receiver flanked wide left, one in the slot. Dean again, just straight up ahead.
Yeah, gets out to the 45.
Brody Beck with the stop for Kimberly, 6'1", 200-pound senior. So 3rd and about 4. Long 3 maybe, call it. Big play for Neenah right here. Big play for Kimberly, even though it's early in the second half. Both teams trying to gain that little bit of edge of momentum. You know, momentum is such a strange thing. You can't touch it, but you can kind of feel it.
And these have been fast-moving quarters here.
And stuff.
Yeah, Van Beek held on to it. A little option play there.
Yeah, he had the man coming in motion, Zane Schmidt, and it almost looked like it was going to be a jet sweep at first, but he handed it to him and then kept it himself. And that Kimberly defense was not confused at all. In fact, he lost about 2 yards. So big defensive stand for Kimberly right there.
So a 4th and 5, and Kimberly will take a timeout. So
Wow.
we
Timeout,
will step
Kimberly.
away. You're watching Showdown
First timeout.
on TV 32. 7-7 ball game, 6:44. Kimberly takes a timeout. Hey, tonight's instant replays are brought to you by Simon's Cheese. Experience the best of Wisconsin at Simon's Cheese Little Chute.
Ted, I'm just guessing here, but to call a timeout this early in the second half in a close game like this, I mean, timeouts are so valuable. I got a feeling that they saw something, that Kimberly saw something, that Neenah was in a formation to run some kind of a fake. That's the only reason I could think of that they would call a timeout in this position.
Well, they use it, and Neenah will
Wow,
punt here. The
punt.
big booming punt fielded at about the
12.
12-yard line, and that's where Kimberly will take over when we come back. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So Kimberly takes over after the punt, 1st and 10 on their own 11-yard line. 7-7 ball game. All the points scored in that first half. And Gavin Tyson with the first carry for the Papermakers.
Player shaken up for Neenah. Not sure if he's going to be coming out of the ball game. Doesn't look like he is. You know, I'll tell you what. That Gavin Tyson, though, you know, I mentioned almost 1,000 yards rushing, 5'9", 200 pounds. He's coming out of the ball game right now. But he's one of those kids that just grinds, doesn't he, Teddy? Just a grinder. Takes a lot of hit.
A lot of grinders out there. I think the guy you're talking about that was hurt or dinged up a little bit, Grant Dean, I think, was the guy that was
but he stayed
hobbled
in the
a little
game.
bit, stays in
Right.
the game. He's not coming out.
No.
You got to drag him out.
Doucette. Carry up the right side. You know, I hadn't noticed this before, but Kimberly's going with the big pictures to call in plays again. They got pro wrestlers on their big poster boards on the sidelines.
Who is the pro wrestler?
I do not know. Was it Lex Luger?
No.
Who was it? I didn't have the
Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, was it? See, you know those guys better than I do. I tried getting Steve Jones to tell me the formula, and he wouldn't do it.
Steve's not talking to you anymore.
Why? What did I do to him?
Ever since you dressed like the Appleton North coaching staff a couple of years ago.
I know.
Here's Gavin Tyson.
Oh, nice tackle. You know what? It's one of those ball games, though, too, Ted. I mean, and you can't play scared in any way, shape, or form, and these teams have not. But you almost feel like defensively or special teams, a play could make the difference in this ball game.
Without a doubt. You know, we had the Kimberly-Bayport game,
Right.
week 2 of the season. This game kind of reminds me of that, where you're just kind of
Absolutely,
jabbing at each other.
Waiting for something
Give me
else
the
to
last
happen.
couple of minutes of the quarter,
Yeah.
and then we're
Yep.
going to attack.
It's got that feel to it. Exactly does. But this is one of those games I could stay here all night long and watch teams like
beautiful
this play.
night. Beautiful night. Two great teams, and we got a tie game. 4:44 remaining in the third. And Pendleton and connects with his man. That is Veith, and Veith has another first down.
Boy, that kid has had a heck of a ball game. He had the touchdown on a beautiful post pattern in the first half. Made a great play on about a 22-yard gain also in the first half. Just has nice footwork, does a nice job. And check out the old school spats there. See the black spats there, Teddy? I like that. I like the old school.
You are old school, that
I
is
am
for sure.
very old school. I'm like one-room schoolhouse. That's what I am, with outdoor latrine.
1st and 10. We didn't need to hear that.
Okay.
1st and 10 from the 38. As Pendleton waits for the snap. And he's seeing
Got him
something
in!
downfield, overthrows the intended target, looking for Veith again.
Boy, Veith certainly had some yardage, didn't he? Just overthrow. What an arm, though, on Pendleton. Wow, did he lay it out there. You wouldn't think he'd be able to overthrow Veith, but he did.
Looked like Veith had a step on his
He
man,
had more
too.
than a step. You bet. He was open.
Those two connected earlier
So big play here.
in the ball game. Veith on a 29-yard touchdown reception late in the first half. But this is a 2nd and 10.
Quarterback keeper.
And Pendleton. No, excuse me. That's
Yeah, they will wildcat it.
Braden Ellefson.
Nice little wildcat. Doing a nice job on that. You know, he's 6'5", 6'3", 195. He's the leading tackler on the Kimberly defense, and he's staying in. Well, he said in the notes, Chad said in the notes that he possibly could get some time at quarterback.
Ellefson, first team defensive player this year at linebacker.
Keeping it again.
And yeah, they got low on him that time.
Boy,
and it was Grant Dean.
Down. Wow.
That's a pretty good matchup of some athletic guys.
Will Rodis coming back. Got some other scores. Luxembourg-Casco 10-7 over Two Rivers right now. So a field goal for Luxembourg-Casco. Boy, there's some great. We could have tossed coins this week as far as which games to take. Couldn't we have, Ted?
We tossed and turned over the games available to us. And this one is not disappointed, that is for sure.
That's for sure. Late in the third quarter, 7-7 between two powerhouse schools.
So Kimberly with the punt
Another
from the
nice
35-yard line, backing up Dean, who calls for the fair catch.
Probably could have let that one go right into the end zone. That thing had a lot of momentum on it, just a line drive.
And the Down and Distance is brought to you by Gandrid West Mason Value Center, offering quality vehicles at one low price and competitive financing options. Purchase with confidence from Gandrid West Mason.
Well, Teddy, I don't think there's any question. Kaukauna, one of the best teams we've seen all year of any division. The team that won this conference is going to be moving on. They now lead 42-7 in their ball game. The Galloping Ghosts just rolling.
Yeah, I saw them last week. They look good.
Oh, do they look good.
And what a game we saw last week against West Lapeer and Kaukauna.
One of the best we've ever done.
And here's another good one tonight.
Dean.
As then Beak hands off.
Gain of about 1. Not much there at all that time.
So if you're just joining us, this is very similar to the first half. We had a 0-0 game until 2:19 remaining in the second quarter. That's when Kimberly struck on a 29-yard touchdown pass, Pendleton to Veith. That was followed up by Neenah with Grant Dean catching a Van Beek pass, 6 yards on the reception to tie the game with 12 seconds remaining in that second quarter. And that's where we stand, 7-7 in this game as Dean tumbles his way to about the gain of about 8.
Nice hole that time, leading the way, number 63, Alex Alatorre, 6'1", 210-pound junior. Third and 2 for Neenah.
Now Kimberly looking for a stop.
It's Dean.
And Dean is going to be stacked up near the first down. What do you got here?
I got a measurement is what I got.
It's going to be close.
It's
See where they put the ball down. And the officials will take a look at it.
I think they have to measure that one.
And nope, they're going to say first down.
Wow, okay. Again, we're talking about Dean finding a way to just squirm his way to those first downs, Teddy. He just got low enough. Well, I could see where that one ref went out there, and he would be downfield of the sticks. So big first down for Neenah deep in their own territory. As the third quarter just races away.
Yeah, under a minute to go.
Jeez Louise. Slow it down, guys. This is too much fun.
From the 24, Van Beek lifts this one up over the middle, looking for Dean. A lot of contact in there. The Neenah sideline looking for a flag. And there's not a flag coming, John. And Steve Young is not happy on the other side of the field.
Cody Oberman, one of the two defensive backs there, number 0. It was really good coverage on the double team. They had the safety and the corner both looked to be there. Let's see about the contact, Teddy. It's another nice ball by this young quarterback. Yeah, I think there was. Yeah, I think that was pass interference.
Steve Young might have an argument there.
No question.
But no replay and no flag. So a 2nd and 10 from the 24. That one knocked away. Who got a piece of that one? Number 26.
Number 46, Sam Gudick. 46. Made a nice play that time, knocked it away. Yeah, Coach Young was incensed on that sidelines, and take another look at it, I can see why. That should have been a penalty.
So 3rd and 10, and again, that Kimberly crowd comes to life to cheer on their defense. Looking for a stop, 3rd and 10 from the 24. The snap a little bit high to Van Beek, and they get the stop. 4th down coming up.
So big stop for the Kimberly defense. They just stacked it up that time, hoping Dean could run a little bit of magic the way he had been, but a nice job. Once again, number 6, Braden Ellefson, who we saw at quarterback for a few plays. You said, what, Defensive Player of the Year in the conference? Let me tell you something. If you're the Defensive Player of the Year in this conference, you know how to play defense, my brother. That's just
players.
Amazing. Yep.
Good players.
So 4 seconds left in the third quarter.
Eden Carey on to punt for Neenah.
Run down.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll step away. 3 quarters in the books, and we've decided nothing. Kimberly 7, Neenah 7. You're watching Showdown. So here we go. Start of the 4th quarter. The punt by Neenah and fielded at about the 50-yard line. So Kimberly will have this possession. They'll spot it at the 49-yard line of Neenah. Ted Stefaniak and John Mino with you. We're going to check in on some scores from around the area. Anything popping, Olivia, from around the area?
All right, yeah. Cedarburg is now 7, Kaukauna 42. That was a big change that we've had. New Richmond 7. Wakani. Well, come on, Ted.
Wanakee. We'll get that straight.
42, yeah.
All right, we'll check in on some other scores in just a moment. 7-7 here, 1st and 10. And the give to Gavin Tyson, and Tyson did a good job picking up a few extra yards after the initial contact.
Yeah, he does a nice job of doing that, getting those extra yards, also getting by that first defender, getting away from making that first guy miss. He's doing a really nice job on that. Very nice job. Gain of about 6, 2nd and 4, with real good field position right now.
Up to the 43-yard line.
Doucette, nice hole.
Jumps over a defender, still on his feet, and then pushed out of bounds near the 26-yard line.
Boy, nice hole and nice run. You bet. Talk about a two-headed monster, though, huh, Teddy? When you got a guy like Gavin Tyson, then you bring in Marcus Doucette. He had almost 700 yards rushing this season. A little bit of a different style, more of a slasher. Look at that. That's old school right there. Nice looking run. Bringing it down to the 26-yard line.
Pendleton waits for the
Doucette.
snap, gives it to Doucette, and he's got another 8 yards.
He had a huge hole on that right side. Not sure who sprung him, who sprung the blocks. I see Mason Campbell, number 54, at 6 foot 260. One of the guys getting up as Doucette comes out. But you talk about giving your number 1 running back a little bit of a breather, and this guy comes in. Big Coronado got a big block, and 54, Mason Campbell, 6 foot 260, did a great job that time. Those two guys really sprung him open.
2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line. Inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone, and Gavin Tyson dances around the line and now finds some opening near the sideline, the near side, and gets to the 5-yard line. Nice play by Gavin Tyson.
What an absolutely tremendous run. That's what I was saying about that young man. You think he's going to be this shorter, squattier, powerful legs kind of guy only, but he has great feet. Look at him. When that hole was plugged up, look at the job he did. The stutter stepping, that's an outstanding running back right there.
Just keep those feet moving.
Great job. Outstanding job.
So a 1st and goal coming up from the 5-yard line for the Papermakers in a tied game.
For Kimberly right here. This is the first time their offense has really shown any spunk in the second half, Ted. Wouldn't you agree?
It's pretty quiet
Yeah.
offensively for both teams.
Ellefson at quarterback
Nobody
again.
scored in the third quarter.
Ellefson at quarterback.
Waits for the snap. He'll take it himself. Right side now tries to cut it back and cut down
Got tripped
by
up
the
by Grant Dean.
shoelace.
Yep, Grant Dean came in there, made the stop. Getting a little colder out there. You see how much steam coming out of their mouths these days?
They're breathing hard out there.
Breathing hard out there.
Ellefson will stay in at quarterback.
Well, again, just a great athlete. Wow. At 6'3", 195, junior leading tackler, plays some quarterback.
Ellefson had 7 carries for 18 yards and a touchdown previous to this game. Ellefson again looking for the end zone, fighting for the end zone, dives in, falls forward, and he is in. Touchdown, Kimberly.
What an impressive drive by Kimberly that time. They did it all on the ground, basically just grinding it. That offensive line, those tight ends, those wide receivers doing a great job along with that offensive line. Really hunkered down. I got a feeling they had a little talking to from Coach Chad on the sidelines before they went out there and said, hey, we haven't been doing anything on offense. You guys better start firing out, coming out low, knocking your man backwards. And that's exactly what Kimberly did on that drive, that entire drive from start to finish.
Hunter Berry on for the extra point. And that is good. 14-7, Kimberly now leads Neenah. 9:07 remaining in the fourth quarter. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. .907 remaining in the ball game. Kimberly with a 7-point lead now over Neenah.
Well, Neenah answered nicely the last time Kimberly took the lead. Let's see if that happens again. A lot more time left in this ball game than they had at the end of the first half to strike. But what an impressive drive. I'm telling you, that's the Kimberly team that we've always seen right there. And let's see if Neenah can answer.
So the paper maker's about to kick off here.
Going to that tight formation, then they'll spread it out at the last second.
Barry will do the
And
honors.
then Neenah goes back into formation, that everybody up for a possible onside kick.
I'd be surprised here, wouldn't you?
That's a script, though.
They put it on the ground, fielded at the 17, and Grant Dean caught from behind and brought down. So we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. Neenah begins this drive trailing by 7. As you said, they responded well the last time they were down by 7. Van Beek takes the snap, handoff. Good for 2.
Dean, not much there, yep. It's a big series right now because it almost seems like Kimberly has their mojo working on offense. Neenah really hasn't done a lot here in the second half as well on offense. Time for them to match that sort of energy, that spunk, whatever you want to call it. They really need to do it because all of a sudden, that clock, I swear it's on speed dial at times tonight. You look down and it's like, whoa, where's this game going?
And we'll see how risky Kimberly wants to get on defense with a 7-point lead.
Right.
Stack the box, and Dean still
Yeah,
able
about
to fall
4.
forward for about 3.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 6. Now maybe 5. Let's see what they're going. Yeah, how about a long 4? Guy keeps moving up the change. 3rd down and 4. Big play.
You talk about the you can see their breath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting a little cooler out there, but what a gorgeous night. Early November, quarterfinal round of the WIAA playoffs.
Huge
3rd
play.
and 4 from the 38. Van Beek to his left. And
Overshot his
incomplete.
man.
4th down coming up.
Looking for Young. Young was just coming out of his break when the ball was released. Didn't really have a chance to make a play on it. So a big stop on the part, once again, of this, Kimberly defense. 7:46 left to go in the ball game. Now it's up to that Neenah defense to hold, give their offense another shot. And the main thing Kimberly wants to do right now is just keep grinding.
Aiden Carey to punt.
Short punt, not good.
Into the bench.
Yep,
So,
to the bench.
we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on TV 32. So 7:40 to play in the ball game. Kimberly with a 7-point lead, and they've got the ball back in great field position after a tough punt.
Yep, on the 47 in a big hole once again, just rumbling down that left side, Gavin Tyson. Yeah, that punt went out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Just everybody shanks one once in a while, and that's just what happens. Every punter at every level has done that.
I see a lot of runs now on the ground, and I
would
think they're going to tell Gavin, make sure you stay in bounds.
Keep that clock running. I'll tell you what, a 2-score lead in this ball game almost feels insurmountable, doesn't it, with the way this has been going?
You've got some really good defenders on that Neenah side. They're looking for an interception or create a turnover here, but Tyson's going to pick up. Yeah, very close to a first down. I think he had it. I think he's got it, John.
I do too, and I'll tell you what, as great of a runner as he is going to credit that offensive line when this ball game's over. When they take a look at the films tomorrow morning, he's going to see these guys really figuring out that offensive line doing a really great job right now. They're controlling this ball game. That offensive line is.
So it was enough for a first down. Ball up to the 43-yard line. Pendleton.
Going deep, hitch and go.
And
good
that
coverage.
Underthrew it a little bit. There was a defensive back there looking for the pick. And, yeah, was that number 6 there?
Well, Will Roddy's number 23 was back there, and he did a great job. They had both of them back there along with Zane Schmidt. But that was good coverage. It could have dropped in, but it would have had to be a perfect pass. But that was nice coverage on the part of the defenders right there. Very nice job. Yep. Actually, it was
number 23.
Number 23, yeah.
Will
Roddy's.
Roddy's?
Yeah. Tough tackle that time on the part of Young and company. Boys had a heck of a ball game. Doucette with the carry that time.
You know, that last pass play, as a coach, you might think, you know what? Maybe we don't want to throw it down.
You know.
Keep that clock moving.
But it was one of two things. It's either this might be the knockout punch we've been talking about in the heavyweight matchup. That could be it. They've been running.
High risk, high reward.
Yep, exactly. But the defensive back stayed home that time. They didn't come up for the fake. And it was kind of a hitch and go, which you assume you get single coverage on to make it work.
Well, now you got a third and long.
Now you got 3rd and 9.
A couple of the receivers to the near side. Little screen pass out to Veith.
He'll be short by about 5 yards.
So a 4th down coming up here, John.
Looks like they're going to punt. They're sending in their punter. Big stop.
I don't disagree with the punt.
I don't either. Nope, I absolutely don't either. But that was a real big stop right there for Neenah. As I said, that offensive line for Kimberly was pretty much starting to control things, and Neenah just, the incompletion helped a bunch, having that good coverage. So a punt will probably put them inside the 20-yard line. Plenty of time left.
They're going to let this go all the way down as much as they can.
Smart play there, starting to work clock. And
field
at the 10.
All right.
Here we go.
Well, Cobeson is now hiring. Top pay for part-time work with flexible hours. Visit Cobeson.com. Cobeson buses. Family pride in every ride.
There you go. They don't do start the bus anymore at these games, right? That's illegal or something?
Oh, I don't know if it's illegal.
Well, something. You told me there's some regulation.
I don't think I told you anything.
I hate regulations in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go. So Neenah has to say to themselves, we're not sure how many more times we're going to have the football over the next 5:22. We got to make something happen right here.
Had a long drive for a score in the first half. Looking for that again. And a good start here. Grant Dean. No, actually, it's not Dean. It's actually Zane Schmidt.
Zane Schmidt. I didn't know who had the football. I had the binoculars down on him. And that was just a real nice misdirection look that they had. Okay, comes across right there. But Has a nice that was a nice play, a first down on your first play, getting up to the 21-yard line. So gain of 11. 5 minutes to play in the game. Put it this way, in regulation. Dean.
That's Dean. Good for about 3.
Followed a nice block by his tight end, Luke Keller, that time, number 83. Did a real nice job.
Start thinking about what he got for timeouts. Neenah's got 3 timeouts remaining. Kimberly's got 2. Long way to go here. And
Neenah taking a lot of time in the huddle here.
Well, still having the quarterback run over.
Right, I know.
Or a player run over and bring the play in. For 10 and counting. And behind, yeah, they were looking that time for Caleb Schaefer, the junior receiver.
He's had a nice season, real nice season. But you know, it's one of those things too. He's 6'3", 190 as a junior. So many juniors on both teams. I mean, it's incredible. It's like
saying they're going to be good again. Both teams are going to be good again next year.
Well, like I said before about these teams just reload when you got these great juniors, and Neenah's got the great junior quarterback coming back who, you know, terrible. I felt bad for him. Missed most of the season with injuries.
Third and 6. And that is caught.
His man Young. Wow.
First down for the Rockets, and they'll stop the clock as he goes out of bounds. Luke Young again.
That was a beautiful throw by that quarterback. Ashton Van Beek, proud of yourself on this one. Watch him put it over the defender, drops into the arms of Young, rolling to the right, gets it over that defender, does a great job, and drops it in. That is a tougher pass than it looked like to complete.
So a 1st and 10, ball to the 35. A slow-moving drive here.
Yeah, it is.
Just under 4 minutes to play. Van Beek again.
Nope.
That one looks like maybe it slipped out of his hands a little bit.
Yeah, and it's probably okay because he was well covered. There's a defensive back in the front, Mikey Wild, and then he also had Landon Van Offeren behind him. So good double coverage that time. There was nowhere to go with that football. He might have seen that, and that might have caused him to throw it that way. So 2nd and 10, inside 4 minutes to play. Jet
on
sweep.
The ground again, and Dean. Nope, Zane Schmidt.
Zane Schmidt, number 6 with the good carry. Schmidt's had a nice ball game, 5'10", 150. He's another junior. So that moves it up to the 49-yard line. And brings up 3rd and 1. Exactly 1. It is right on the 49. Or excuse me, the 39. And he's got right to the 40. Nope. Yes, he got right to the 45.
44. I knew you'd get there eventually. 3rd and 1. And Dean fights for it. He's right at the line.
The official running in from the far side is right in line with the stick. Both officials are right. They're straddling the line. Oh, is this close?
Oh, my.
They got to
measure they're going to measure this.
Oh, he might have it by like an inch. Boy, the nuns I had in school are going to be so mad at me how I can't read the lines.
49, 45.
They're going to be so disappointed in me.
This is going to be really close here, John.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm going to put the glasses on this one.
They're going to stretch out the chains, and they're going to block the TV.
He's got it by about 2
got
inches.
it. I mean, it is.
It's right on the stripe of the. See the stripe of the football? To the end. That's how much he had it by.
Get out the piece of paper, the index card again.
That's right. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or when you played horseshoes, remember you take a piece of straw,
yeah,
to determine if there was a ring or not? Remember that?
Paper football?
Absolutely.
That's
big first down. So the clock starts again, moving down to 3 minutes. I'm telling you, Neenah's needs to get in and out of that huddle quick.
Yeah, the clock is rolling here.
I mean, they don't have time.
3 minutes and counting. from the 45, and Van Beek over the top has his man. It's Grant Dean.
Wow.
To the 30-yard line.
Nice pass. Dean goes up high to pull it down. Sneaks out of the backfield. He has done a little bit of everything tonight. Running, catching, playing defense. Grant Dean. And again, this freshman quarterback on the play action drops it down nicely. Actually, if it had been a little further downfield, that could have been a touchdown.
Huge play. And now Neenah within striking distance, trailing by 7. 1st and 10 from the 29, and Dean gets the carry again.
Stacked up by a tough defender, Braden Ellefson. Outstanding.
And that clock continues to tick.
Hey, I've got an update on the score we've been watching. Luxembourg-Casco 17, Two Rivers 14.
Good game there. Two outstanding programs this season. 2 minutes to play in this one.
Ball on the 30.
You might see this one go to the air again. John Van Beek waits for the snap. He's got Dean in the backfield with him. Van Beek looking to the right side. Has a man, has a step, and broken up. And
Briones, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Briones looking for a flag and nothing coming.
Had a chance at it. One-on-one coverage. Wow.
Had a step for a moment.
Step, yep. And it was basically turning into a jump ball. Nice protection. He's had a nice time. Yeah, he had to come back for it a little bit. But I'll tell you what, game like this, you're a freshman, you're not going to put everything on the dime. He put in a position for a receiver to make a play. 3rd and 10. Need a first down, if nothing else now.
And Beek tries the other side, looking for a man, and flags come in. Flags come in, and this is going to be pass interference against Kimberly. And again, it's not going to be a spot of the foul.
But they will have the first down. The officials talking right here.
So pass interference against the Papermakers, and that will keep the Neenah drive alive.
And move it to the 14?
14 and inside the Gallagher's Pizza red zone.
Pass interference on the defense. Contact before the ball got there. First down.
So here we go. Neenah trailing by 7. 1:38 remaining in the ball game. Ball up to the 14-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the Rockets. Van Beek to the right side. Little screen pass and sniffed out by the Papermakers defense. That was number 22 coming up quick.
And
Thomas Myers.
Young gets up limping badly. But yeah, Thomas Myers did a great job. 6'1", 185. He's a senior, and he closed immediately. Young wanted to get like one step to work. He didn't even get turned around before the door was shut on him. Big defensive play.
Clock continues to tick here. Now Neenah will take a timeout and stop it with 1:13 remaining. So a second and 13 coming up.
I was just going to say, there was a loss of 3 on that play. As I mentioned, just a tremendous defensive play coming up, not even allowing him to turn around, getting him momentum to head downfield.
All right, well, whether you're training to win championships or feel like a champion after getting back to your usual routine, Bellin Health helps you win the moment, whatever the moment. Bellin Health, the official healthcare partner of Sports Showdown.
Well, Teddy, these last 2 weeks, we've had a couple of ball games that have just been incredible, though, haven't we? Last week, Kakana and Westy Pier. Now tonight, this ball game. Wow.
Right down to the wire. Again, the winner of this game moves on to next week's game, the semifinal game, and they will take on the winner of Fond du Lac and Marquette. And Marquette up 42-0 at last check. So Marquette waiting to see who wins this game.
Wrightstown with a big lead, 34-18 right now.
So 2nd and 13. Ball on the 17-yard line for the Rockets. And keeping it on the ground and carrying the defenders inside the 10-yard line. A huge run for the Rockets, and that was Grant Dean again.
Grant Dean following those blockers, just finding a way to push that pile. Inside a minute to go, it's going to be 4th down and about 4, Ted.
And there, Steve Young is letting that clock run.
He certainly is.
47 seconds and counting. He's got 2 timeouts left. Kimberly has 2 timeouts left.
I'm sorry, 3rd down.
3rd and 4. Ball on the 9-yard line. Dean is in the backfield with Van Beek. Van Beek. And here comes the pressure. Chased out of the pocket. Van Beek will just throw it away. And
okay, no grounding. He threw it away. Now it'll bring up 4th down. Boy, and I'll tell you what, Kewanee knocking off the perennial power on their way to 30-0 lead over Fond du Lac Springs.
wow.
That Storm team is for real. Man.
They'll be moving on to that semifinal round next week. And now a timeout.
Yeah, you need one here because this is the play of this is the ball game right here. This is the ball game.
Both teams will talk about it. Neenah takes the timeout. Kewanee, now it looks like they're going to go on to win, so they're waiting to see who wins between Darlington and Lancaster. Meanwhile, looking at some of the other scores, John, you said Kaukauna up big on Cedarburg, so it could be a Cedarburg, or excuse me,
it will be.
Kaukauna versus Waunakee matchup. What a game that'll be.
Phenomenal.
Next week.
Wrightstown now leads 41-18, so forget that one. Wrightstown's moving on.
Menasha in a tight game with Grafton. Menasha with a 3-point lead, 13-10.
Hey,
Xavier now trailing Lodi, 21-13. You mentioned Luxembourg Casco leading Two Rivers by 3, 17-14. Wrightstown leading Wittenberg-Burnhamwood 34-18.
Darlington was a winner, 28-22. So Darlington moves on. Here we go, play of the game, Teddy.
4th and 4, ball on the 9-yard line. So they can still pick up a first down without scoring, but they only got 25 seconds remaining. Van Beek. It is Dean in the backfield, and Chad Michaelwitz now will take a timeout for Kimberly. And that's not surprising either. The way he uses his timeouts, likes to see what the offense is going to show, and then take a timeout to make sure everybody is on the same page defensively.
Here's a big change. Two Rivers now leading Luxembourg Casco 21-17. So Two Rivers now grabs the lead.
Well, we saw that Two Rivers team earlier this year. Heck of a game between those two.
Yeah, great game, great match. Like I said, we could have flipped 3, 4, 5 different coins and come up with a good matchup to watch tonight.
Reedsville leading Randolph 20-0. So we'll pass these along as they go final.
Notre Dame still leading Mount Horeb 26-21. So local teams representing well tonight. Here we go. Biggest play of the season for both teams. 4th down and 4. 25 seconds left to go. Neenah trailing 14-7. They need a first down.
And again, sitting on the 9-yard line, you can still get a first down without a touchdown. Van Beek looking for a man over there. Dean. Oh, incomplete. Incomplete. And Kimberly holds. And Kimberly is 21 seconds away from punching their ticket to the state semifinals.
Wow, I thought Dean had that at first, didn't you, Teddy?
He reached back with one hand. I thought he had it as well. That would have been quite the catch.
Yes. Wow, take another look at this. Right there, I thought he had it and it was tangled up and it popped loose when he got hit. Wow, big play on the part of the defenders converging.
And now Neenah has one timeout left.
What a great effort by Neenah. Wow.
But Kimberly is just going to be able to take a couple knees here. And
That will
Neenah will not use their timeout. And Kimberly is going to advance after a battle with a very good Neenah Rocket team.
No question about it. I give a lot of credit to that young freshman quarterback. Man, coming in this year, taking over for an all-conference performer. What an incredible job for that young man. All the way around, both teams. What a well-played game. Very few penalties, very few turnovers, except the first 2 plays of the game, basically, the first 2 offensive possessions.
Yeah.
But otherwise, talk about 2 quality football teams. Great, great high school football game.
Yeah, glad we were able to bring you this one. We'll take a timeout. We'll wrap this one up and get you ready for the state semifinals coming up next week. Final score at Papermaker Stadium. Kimberly knocks off Neenah 14-7. We'll be back after this. Well, terrific ball game by both teams, and it is Kimberly with the victory tonight, 14-7 over Neenah. So Kimberly, the defending state champs, moving into the semifinal round where they will play Marquette in the next round. Take a look at some of the scoreboards from around the state involving our area teams. Marquette. Let's go back to Division I, guys, if we can. Marquette beat Fond du Lac tonight by the score of 42-0.
I'll tell you what,
Kimberly and Marquette in the semifinal round.
Talk about that Marquette team knocking off last week Bayport and now knocking off these guys. Those are 2 impressive ball clubs they've just knocked off.
Absolutely. And then we take a look at Division II, Kaukauna. These games now have gone final. It's going to be Kaukauna and Waunakee in the state semifinal matchup next week. Wow.
That's incredible. Great matchup. Waunakee, of course, perennial powerhouse, and Kaukauna with one of the best teams they've ever had in school history.
They are the FVA champs, beat this Kimberly team earlier this season. In Division III, Menasha was leading Grafton at last check, but we'll tell you about these.
Notre Dame leading Mount Horeb 26-21, not a final yet. Rice Lake 30-22 over Onalaska right now.
And now Menasha Grafton.
There you go.
And that is a 13-10 game. Not a final yet.
Same thing with Monroe and Stoughton.
Yep. Also in Division 4, Xavier and Lodi. And Lodi out to a 28-13 lead now. They've just scored again. So the winner of that game will take on Baldwin Woodville, who put up 63 points tonight.
That's something you don't normally see as a real high-scoring blowout,
especially
at this round.
Yeah,
yep, exactly.
Also in Division 4, a big game we've been keeping an eye on all night long. Luxembourg-Casco and Two Rivers.
Luxembourg-Casco have been leading all game long, and then Two Rivers comes late. Still time left, I believe. 21-17. Two Rivers over Luxembourg-Casco, 2 outstanding local football teams.
And the winner of that game will most likely get Catholic Memorial.
Yeah.
Perennial.
Yeah, talk about perennials.
Yep.
Exactly.
In Division 5, Wrightstown and Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. It was Wrightstown leading 34-18, now up 41-18 in that game. The winner of that one will get St. Croix Falls Northwestern's winner. In Division 6, another game of local teams,
wow.
Kewanee and St. Mary Springs. And
2 undefeated teams. Springs, you talk about perennials. Springs is just always so tough this type of year. But Kewanee from game number 1 this season. And, I think it said something when Kewanee took on Southern Dorn. We thought that was going to be a great ball game, and they really handled them. That's where we said, whoa. Kewanee's got one of those special teams this year. You tell me that town of Kewanee isn't going to go crazy next week, getting ready for that 4th round game?
You bet. And then in Division 7,
Darlington was the winner.
Reidsville moving on to the state semifinals. They will most likely play Blackhawk in the next round. Do have a update in that Notre Dame game is now gone final, 26-21. Notre Dame.
Wow.
Moving on with a win over Mount Orab.
That's quite the turnaround for Notre Dame. They've had a couple of tough seasons. We saw them get knocked to the playoffs, I think, by Menasha last year or 2 years ago, and things were struggling. And then, boy, this year they just put it all together. They've got that tremendous running back, Collins, and they've really done a nice job there this year rebounding.
Well, a lot of area teams moving on to that state semifinal round. Of course, the winners of next Friday's games, move on to Camp Randall Stadium and a shot at a state championship.
And I'll tell you what, Teddy, we've seen a lot of football teams over the years. There's a few that we won't even mention them right now, but there's a few that we think legitimately have shots at winning the state championship. Not a hope and a prayer, but legitimately are probably the best teams in their division in the state.
Yeah, without a doubt. So we are hoping to have a game for you next Friday. Don't know what the game will be. Don't know where we'll be. Remember, next week is a neutral site game in the semifinals.
That makes it tougher for us sometimes trying to get to places.
Well, hopefully we will have a game for you. Keep an eye on NBC26.com. Of course, the Showdown page.
We always have great games at Titan Stadium, though. In Oshkosh.
We'll see if we end up at Titan Stadium or a local high school. But there will be football next week and a lot of area teams involved in those states.
Another update. Luxembourg-Casco, 24. Two Rivers, 21. That one's still going on. Luxembourg-Casco, 24. Two Rivers, 21. The game is still going on.
All right. Well, actually, that's going to wrap it up for us. And great job, my friend.
You too, buddy.
We will see everyone next week for the state semifinals. Thanks for watching, everybody. Again, the final score, Kimberly knocks off Neenah 14-7. So long, everybody.
See ya.
Tonight's game on TV 32 is brought to you by these proud local sponsors. U.S. Cellular, Bell & Howell, Simon's Specialty Cheese, Gandred on West Mason, Gallagher's Pizza, North Star Dental, Witt Family Ford, Cobeson Buses, Vake's Fox Valley Coin and Diamonds, and Security Loop Key Roofing.